Hi everyone. Today we are going to be diving into the dramatic event at the convention where Biafra government in exile declared Biafra. And we are going to talk about the reactions and explain what that means actually. Many are like, what happened after the declaration? What is the essence of the declaration? That is what we are going to look at. Of course, we all know Biafra government in exile, as presently constituted, is taking the lead in the Biafra movement. A lot of people were anxious. They are wondering what Biafra government will do and what will such declaration mean for the future. So somehow the Biafran government in exile, as we've seen, their position is in the line. The movement under Simon Ekpa has been for a while very prominent after Nnamdi Kanu's kidnap and custody, which Nnamdi Kanu is still in custody presently. The group has had several problems, obstacles, including government oppositions. Despite all of it, they went to declare an independent state of Biafra. It was really a huge decision. And you saw the turnout, everything. Actually, some people are looking at, it wasn't a success, it was an end of the year party. Well, that is not why I'm here. I'm here to tell you what I saw from the angle I saw it. Whether it's what you thought, but me, I'm looking at it from a direction. Of course, we saw the event. At least it wasn't hidden. It took them about some days. We saw people arriving, and it was quite a big convention. At some point in time, people were saying, why wouldn't they declare Biafra? But like they said at the convention, or how it will go, on the 2nd of December, they did declare their Biafra. They did declare Biafra, 2nd December 2024. All eyes were on them. How would they declare it? What will happen after the declaration? But at the end of the day, they made the declaration. So I think the best thing is watch what will happen and not, let's not conclude yet. I'm not here to judge them. No. I'm here to look at what transpired and what are we going to begin to see from henceforth. Of course, what happened based on what you see and based on what you heard, based on what you have watched, you know that it took a long time of preparation, a lot of meetings. They didn't come there to just read notes and, meet and eat together. No, if you see how it went, whether you consider it successful or not, you will know that they took time to make such plans. And at the end of the day, the person in charge took the stage. The room went quiet and everyone held their breath. And they declared. He said, I hereby declare Biafra. At that point, still, remember, I am looking at the video. At that point, the crowd went wide and people cheered, hugged and cried. It was really a historic moment that will be remembered for years to come. It doesn't matter how you remember it, but the fact is, they declared that so part of the country called Nigeria is now Biafra. Some people will say, and that is why Don't conclude yet that what they did was wrong or right. Let's wait and see what transpires afterwards. The fact is that 2nd December has come and they declared. So, for them, it marks a new chapter in their movement. It's uncertain, that's clear, but it's also a kind of rekindling of the hope, their hopes. And I know that based on that declaration, not things will never remain the same. But I would still like you viewers to add your comment on the comment section. Tell us what you think about that declaration. Express yourself without causing anybody. Now let's look at when a government in exile declares a nation from exile. How powerful is such declaration? Let's break it down a little bit for us. Declaration of independence. Yes, a government in exile may declare independence, though the international community may not recognize it. The international community may not see it as an existing government. But like most people will say, it's gradual. A lot of people expect to see activities immediately take over of the part declared Biafra. But what we just saw was declaration. So maybe right now, of course, no country has recognized it, but let's watch. So what are we talking about now? The situation of a government in exile declaring a nation. These are obvious things I want to tell you. I'm not going to be biased. Such government, as we've seen, and based on what is playing out, there's a lack of control. A government in exile typically doesn't have control over the territory they claim to represent. They may not have the army or the ability to enforce the authority. And that is why some people will still tell you it is gradual, that you don't expect an immediate takeover. Now, if you're looking at it from a symbolic significance, yes, it has such feel. It is symbolic. It is like start the occasion. Something is going to be held. There's going to be an event, and somebody said, start opening prayer. So this like, okay, So the declaration is symbolic, actually. It shows a kind of, we are committed to this cause. We have planned ahead. This is like our introduction. Something must start the occasion. You see, everything begins by starting, and everything starts by beginning. So this is a major breakthrough for them. I think after declaration, they will work towards it. Now, if you're talking about international recognition, before the international community will recognize them and start transacting with them, I think they will see them having authority over that particular area they declare as independent. The international community will always work with the person in charge of the area. Like I told you the other day, yes, Afghanistan, this, that, they are branded this and that. The Taliban in Afghanistan. But the moment they took over power, the governments of various nations began to transact with them, liaise with them. That is how it is. For now, I don't think the Biafra government in exile has such powers. But it takes them to control that territory so before the international community will begin to recognize them. And I want to note, remember, I am trying to see this from an unbiased angle. Such declaration is not a guarantee of success. Yes, when a government in exile declares a nation, it's not a guarantee that they have met success. Though from their angle, yes, this is an But it doesn't mean at the end of the day. And don't also conclude. Like I told you earlier, let's watch, keep watching. You know why? The existing government, for example, Nigeria, may not recognize that declaration. And the international community too may not provide such support because they are not yet a nation. I think they might go on to continue to lobby some groups to give them support. Well, it's not easy, and it's not going to be easy. What we are doing is to analyze what just happened a few days ago and look at it critically and with an unbiased mind. So, definitely, the Nigerian government will not recognize them, and it is expected. And so will the world governments, the international community. And the international community will want to see them have control over such territory first. Before they transact, the liars do whatever with them. And do you think there are people who have gone through this stage before? Yes, there are. There are governments in exile who have declared nations or independence. The Tibetan government in exile, it declared Tibet's independence from China in 1959. The Palestinian National Authority, which declared Palestinian independence from Israel in 1988, even though, as it seems, yes, somehow they are self-governing, but they are yet to have their own nation. So Biafran government in exile is copying an existing model. Some people queried, is there anything like this? Well, there are things like this. There are some other examples that we might not give in this short video. So, in rounding up, declaring independence by a government in exile doesn't mean they will be recognized or they have made success. It's only the beginning of the whole thing. The situation is complex. It requires careful consideration because you also have to look at the military context, the political, the diplomatic context. For you to completely have a say over an area, you have to be in charge militarily. That is it. I was discussing with somebody earlier in the day. The person said it's like a coup. Yes, somewhat like. You have to. But in the case of a coup, you are trying to remove the government there and you rule there. I mean, maybe you are ruling the whole place. There are differences, quite all right. But in this case, you want a part of the country and you are telling the government of that country to give you independence, to leave that place for you. And you're trying to contest it with them. It's not going to be easy. So that is it. We are trying to give it a thought. What just happened a few days, the convention leading to the declaration of Biafra. And aside, several people have declared, I've forgotten this guy's name. They have declared Biafra before. But did they have say over the territory they declare? Let's watch and see.